So, guys, as we're entering the new sun cycle in the universe on our planet, the Nubians, which are black people, Africans or Afrikanas people, are basically not even uniting. They're just finding some. What's the right word? I think it's just like pride, not pride. It's like I don't know. Independence. They're finally finding the independence because independence can't be given because it can't like it was taken away from you, so you need to take it back, kind of thing. So I feel like that's what a lot of the Africans in this world are doing. So obviously, Barbados is the latest person to hit the Western world with a brick. So we've got Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, which are the Sahel states, which have kicked out France, and then they're unifying in their self-sufficiency. Then you've got Zimbabwe and Guinea, which are also stopped the exports of raw materials such as lithium and gold. And now you've got Barbados, which is saying they are seeking reparations, I believe. Obviously, Nigel Farage is saying that, any country that is seeking reparations will not be able to have their citizens come down here or some stuff like that along those lines. But it's irrelevant because they need people down here. So I think there's a chance here. But yeah. So Barbadian experts estimate that Britain stole the equivalent of 25 million years of life and labor from enslaved Africans and their descendants in Barbados. The findings are now being used to support the country's call for reparations from the UK. Now, the reason why I don't think reparations will happen is because it will bankrupt the Western world. They can't afford it. They literally are unable to afford to pay back the countries for what has happened. Now, do I think that individual people should be getting money for reparations? No, but but I do think the countries should be given compensation in terms of building up their country and should be getting paid a fair wage or a fair dollar for the export of their resources because they have the resources that the Western world need and want. But somehow they've been able to infiltrate the governments and take it over, enable for them to basically, do that. So Barbados was one of Britain's earliest and most profitable slave plantations colonies, helping to establish a model that would later spread across the Caribbean and the Americas. Between 1627 and 1807, an estimated 387,000 captive Africans were brought to the island to work under brutal conditions. Today, Prime Minister Mia Mottley is leading calls for reparatory justice, arguing that the wealth generated from slavery helped enrich Britain while leaving lasting economic and social consequences in all African and black countries. Motley is seeking measures that include a formal apology, investment in education and healthcare, economic development support, and other forms of reparation aimed at addressing the long-term legacy of slavery and colony. I think definitely a better reparations would be get the fuck out the country, and if you want anything from us, you got to pay big money. Like, don't come in the country, don't ever interfere in our affairs, and we're not paying no taxes to you, no nothing, just completely cut them off. I feel like reparations is just like, I feel like it's a bit, it gives the impression that we still need them kind of thing. Like, apology, like, I don't want to apologize. Like, why do we need an investment, all of this? Like, bro, just fuck off, bro. Just leave us alone for us to thrive in our own way. So yeah, that's it. Before I go deeper into the video, I just want to play you something. I've got a little party for your party. Yeah, oh yeah, there. What the hell?
I'm so special, so special. I'm so special, I'm so special, so special, so special. That's why
Fat special. And I'll let Shay do the talking.
Yes, guys, it's Shay here. On Friday, the 31st of July, I'll be heading down to Lakota, and this is for the best weekend ever day party. Make sure to come down, get some food, drink, and listen to the sick DJs who are playing bashment, dancehall, and R&B. Click the link, buy your tickets, and I hope to see you there.
Yeah, man. The links are in the description below. So, guys, go check it out. The links are in the description below. It'll take you to this page here. The early bird tickets are now sold out. They're no longer available. I'm also doing drops, so if you want to just message me, I'll come and deliver it to you. And yeah, guys, it'll be good to see you there. So yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh. Did I show you this? I don't think I showed you this, but yeah, this is the tickets website, so go get your tickets. Now if we go back onto the topic of Barbados. Barbados. Barbados.
If something strange or chaotic is happening around the world, blaming Britain usually hits the mark. Now, what kind of system steals millions of years of human life from just one island alone? A system they created. Now, listen to this carefully. For the first time, researchers have calculated down to the dollar how much life Britain stole during slavery 25 million years. Now, 25 million people in their lives that they could have lived, that's different. 25 million years of labor, suffering, and lives stolen. And that number just comes from one island, Barbados. The study found that Britain's slave economy in Barbados extracted so much labor, suffering, and early death that the economic damage today is about 2 trillion. Researchers started with Barbados because it was one of Britain's first and richest slave plantation colonies. Barbados became a model for Britain's plantation system across the Caribbean, and the sugar grown there by enslaved Africans built massive wealth for Britain for generations. The lead researcher said that this isn't about creating an invoice to mail to Britain for reparations, and as we all know, Britain doesn't plan on paying reparations. The purpose behind this was to create a factual accounting of how much damage slavery caused.
Yeah, I think it's good to quantify the damage. Like she says, Britain ain't gonna pay them nothing. So I guess having a marker to know like what you're striving, like what is owed, and then you could seek to acquire it in other means, whether it be free labor back, whether it be, I don't know. I just feel like the best thing for us to do is just tell them fuck off, bro. Like if every single African and black country just told England, America, and everyone else that was involved in slavery to fuck off, it would do us much more good than getting money from them.
Use that data for discussions about reparations and reconciliation because, as we all know, people act brand new when it comes to the transatlantic slave trade and just how to calculate reparations. He said to calculate all of this wasn't that complicated. Here's a quick little summary. The value of the labor that was provided but not compensated is about 500 billion to 700 billion. And of course, an enslaved person working in Barbados had much of their life stolen from them as well. It's proper to include the short lifespan of people who were enslaved in Barbados, and the short lifespan estimate is anywhere from 1.1 trillion to 1.3 trillion. If you add them together, you get a range of about 1.6 trillion to 2 trillion as the value of the labor and life directly stolen from people enslaved in Barbados. Just a quick clarification, in 2023, they did a study that estimated that the value of the harms of the transatlantic slave trade in just 31 territories in the Americas and the Caribbean amounted to $131 trillion. That is just 31 territories in the Americas and the Caribbean. Imagine if they include all of the territories they affected. Imagine if they just 31 territories that they do the research that they did in Barbados for those 31 territories. This number will be exponentially higher. One of the saddest parts of this study is that the researchers openly admit that these numbers will never fully capture the extent of slavery ever. How do you actually calculate stolen generations? How do you calculate lives that were never allowed to fully exist? And even after they tried, they came up with a number that's still almost impossible to comprehend. 25 million years. I hope you learned something new. It's something strange.
So let's see how much okay, the Jewish reparations. How much did they get? Jewish reparations primarily refer to ongoing restitution and compensation programs established after that. And initiated the 1950 Luxembourg Agreement, Germany has paid tens of billions of dollars to the State of Israel and individual survivors worldwide with an annual compensation distribution overseen by the Claims Conference. So they're getting tens of billions from 1952, and that was only, they say 6 million, but I'm pretty sure it's been hundreds of millions that even died just from traveling. So there's just a little bit of a comparison there for y'all. But yeah, guys, man, that's been it. Don't get hit with a brick. Yeah, get your tickets down below. Don't get hit with a brick, and I'll see you in the next one.